Welcome to Escape to the Country, and what a place to start today's show. Founded in the 13th century, this stunning building behind me started out life with a religious purpose in mind, but today it's probably better known as the birthplace of photography. So where are we and what's the story? Well, join me in a moment and I'll tell you. It's both work and pleasure that's prompting today's buyers to move to a more rural setting.
Oh, look at that. Fantastic. Now that's countryside,
Yes,
isn't it?
Isn't it? And our enticing properties seem to deliver.
Oh, this is very attractive, very inviting.
Well, today we are in Wiltshire and this is Laycock Abbey. Now, originally founded in the 1200s as a nunnery, in the 16th century it was sold off and then transformed into a fabulous Tudor mansion following Henry VIII's dissolution of the monasteries. But fast forward to the 19th century and the house was in the hands of one William Fox Talbot. He was the local MP for Chippenham, something of a scientist but also an early pioneer of photography. And it's thought that the photo he took of that lattice window above the door is now the earliest paper negative in existence. Now today the house is open to the public, whilst the beautifully preserved Laycock village just down the road serves as a wonderful reminder of Wiltshire's rich architectural past. Lying in the south of England, the large landlocked county of Wiltshire is bordered by 6 other counties, including Hampshire and Somerset. Wiltshire's rural chalky terrain is especially known for its ancient sites, and the county boasts the highest concentration of prehistoric monuments on the planet. From sacred stones like the Circle at Avebury to man-made mounds such as the 4,500-year-old Silbury Hill, quite why Wiltshire is home to so many Neolithic and Bronze Age structures presents as much mystery as their purpose. The county's magical landscape is dotted with attractive market towns and villages. The stately market town of Bradford-on-Avon, which prospered on the back of the wool industry, is affectionately known as Mini Bath on account of its fine architecture. And cutting the county in half is the Kennet and Avon Canal, which opened in the early 19th century, linking London with the Bristol Channel. This blend of stunning, haunting countryside and a rich and unrivalled heritage make Wiltshire a particularly special place to retreat to. Now, Wiltshire may well be one of England's most picturesque counties, but all of this beauty does come at a cost. The price of your average detached property here is currently running at about £299,000. That's some £30,000 above the national figure. Why? Well, Wiltshire is popular, thanks to its excellent communication links between Bristol, Bath and, of course, London. But if you do want your money to go that little bit further, I'd head further west or indeed south towards Somerset. So, time now to meet today's buyers and find out why they think this glorious part of the world is for them. For the last 22 years, married couple Paul and Helen have been living in a 4-bedroom Victorian property in the commuter town of Maidenhead in Berkshire. During that time, the location was perfect for bringing up their 2 children. But with them now both finishing at university and Helen's job as a government contracts manager relocating, it feels time for a change.
We moved here from Abingdon in 1991, so we've been here quite a long time. It's been a really happy place to live.
I think when we moved here, the things were good for the children. You know, we've got a park opposite, a very good park. Lots of friends, children at their age, and that was fine. It's just we've reached a stage in our lives when we want something different.
Paul is a construction project manager and originally hails from South Shields on England's northeast coast, whilst Helen is from Bath, but they've always longed to live in a more rural setting.
Where I grew up, it was on the seaside. As a boy, when I was 15, I used to go get my auntie's dog. The dog used to always look forward to seeing me every Saturday for that walk.
Living where we do in Maidenhead, there's a lot of cars and there's a street light outside our bedroom, and I'd just rather be somewhere a bit quieter.
But it's Helen's new job based out of Andover that's given the couple the impetus to fulfil their dream now.
I need to move somewhere that I can get to work from. And I've tried commuting, but it's a good 60, 65 miles, and it's just too far. So looking at the map and drawing circles and radius and various things like that, Wiltshire's a really nice area because you've got some really nice small towns, you've got some lovely countryside, and it's still convenient to get to the motorway.
Paul's job often takes him away from home, and for the times he's not working, there's just one requirement on his wish list.
A pub. I would love a pub. Not that I'll be there every night, but I do like the feeling that I can go to a pub and drink more than 2 pints and come home.
I think it's a community thing. You're going to be a darts player or something in the country.
No, I don't particularly want to be a darts, but I'll have a chat with somebody and that's about it, really.
So while Paul gets to know the neighbours at the local public house, Helen will enjoy spending some quality time with daughter Beatrice when she comes home to visit.
I really enjoy baking, I must admit. I think when I was young, my mum always used to make pastry and all that sort of stuff. Beatrice says something about, well, in my house, every problem is solved by cake.
Although the move is prompted by a new job, Paul and Helen hope it will benefit their work-life balance. But change is not without its challenges.
It's quite intimidating when you haven't moved for 20 years to suddenly think, yes, I'm going to move to a new area, and you don't really know it that well. And wanting to find a house and not make a mistake, wanting to find a really nice house that you're going to be happy in. I think that's. I am sort of excited.
But it's a big step.
Yeah.
Helen would like to be within reasonable distance of her job in Andover, Hampshire, and they both like the Wiltshire countryside around Marlborough, so we're concentrating our property search there. I'm meeting up with them both in Wiltshire to find out what they want from their new house. Well, Helen, Paul, welcome to Wiltshire. Now, this is a bit of a homecoming for you, isn't it, Helen?
Well, almost, because I am from Bath, so it's certainly in the right direction, yes.
Now, as well as you in this move, we've got to think about your 2 children, Beatrice and Tristan, who, although are technically moving home, haven't quite yet, Helen.
No, that's true. You know, they've got all this accumulation of stuff and they don't seem to want to get rid of all of it. So they think that it's a good idea for us to move, but they want to have a room each.
So you've become the lock-up storage for them?
Yeah, storing, keeping it in good order, protecting
Bikes.
it, everything.
Yeah. And I gather also your mother might be dropping by.
Well, yeah, my mum lives in Bath at the moment, but she's elderly and it'd be nice for her to be able to come and stay for a bit longer than she has for a while.
Now, you know the area fairly well, Helen. Give us an idea of where specifically you're thinking of living.
I'd like it to be in the countryside, you know, really in the countryside somewhere, preferably a village. But I'm quite open about what sort of house it is. You know, I don't know. It's just got to have the right feel.
Helen's absolutely right. It's that feel when we first see it. After a bit of exploration of the house, we usually find out that, yes, it suits the bill.
And what about outside space?
I'd like to have a really nice garden, if possible, or certainly somewhere that I can have friends visit, and maybe I can actually spend time learning a bit more about gardening, because I've always felt that that's something with children I've never had a chance to do.
Now, just remind us of the budget, Paul. How much have we got to spend for all this?
Well, our maximum, we should stay at 600, and that would have to be for a house that's more or less complete and ready to move into. If we have to do some DIY, spend some time on it, I would expect something like about 450.
So the less we can spend, the better.
Yes.
Goes without saying.
For everybody.
OK, well, I'm fairly optimistic. I think your budget is good. It's an expensive county, but there are some really interesting options out there. We've got 3 to show you, including our mystery house. So the sun is shining, and it's supposed to keep shining, so I'm told. So let's go. Come on. For a maximum budget of £600,000, our buyers are seeking a substantial property with a minimum of 4 bedrooms with which to accommodate their grown-up children and belongings, plus Helen's mother. They're open on the age and style of the house, but would like it to be close to a village and a pub. Helen would like a garden for outside entertaining. Over the next 2 days, we'll be viewing 3 pleasing Wiltshire properties that we hope could be just the ticket. But I'll keep Paul and Helen guessing on the price until the end of each tour. The final offering, a mystery house, could challenge our buyers to rethink their retirement plans. Our first property is located in the village of Manningford Bruce in the Vale of Pewsey. The peaceful village is characterised by pretty thatched cottages and surrounded by open countryside, much of it farmland. Although the nearest pub is around a 20-minute walk away in Bottlesford, the local village hall provides a handy alternative. House number 1 is located on a quiet lane in the heart of the village.
Well, here we are then. Property number 1. Yeah?
Oh, that's lovely.
Do you like it?
Yes, really, really beautiful.
I'm impressed with what you've chosen, really. This is just really what Helen does like.
Yeah. Well, is it what you like, sir?
Yes, it is, actually. Even down to the bird on the roof.
There you go. Well, that's a classic bit of Thatcher's
Yes.
signature, really.
Signature,
Yes.
yes.
They've all got their little things. Some people do ducks, some people do swans, pheasants, rabbits, foxes, you name it. Happy so far?
Yes.
So far, yeah.
Good. Well, let's get inside and see what you think.
OK.
Although the exact date of this charming period detached cottage is unknown, it is clearly several hundred years old. It was extensively modernised by the previous owners, who retained many original details.
There we are, Helen. We'll start with the kitchen. Ah.
Oh, it was lovely.
Did you like it?
I do like it. Yes, I do like it. It's nice and airy. It hasn't got a really low ceiling. I love the cream units, and I've never cooked on a range, but oh yes, that's real country stuff, isn't it?
Then, of course, it opens up behind us a little bit, so a bit more storage, all the fridges and so forth out there.
It's very good.
No, it's nice.
It's good that the beams are reasonably high.
Good. And it has the addition of this amazing garden room. Come and look at this. I think this space really makes it...
This is beautiful.
Yeah?
Yes, that's really spacious, and the blinds.
The blinds are essential.
Yes.
And it means the family now use this all year round. This really is their sort of family room, as it were. And, of course, you've got all these lovely views out to the garden and the patio and so on. But I'm thinking of you entertaining.
Absolutely. Oh, really impressive.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
good.
right through from the kitchen. It's lovely.
Paul, can you see the family all in here?
Yeah. I probably think I haven't seen the other rooms yet, but I would say that we're going to spend a lot of time in here. Yeah, I would, certainly.
The whole house has been finished to a very high standard, with bespoke oak doors and limestone and slate flooring in the kitchen and garden room. The downstairs wet room, just off the hallway, is a fantastic feature, and next to that there's a generous study too, which could be turned into a bedroom for Helen's visiting mother.
This is what I really wanted to show you, the living room. This is the really cosy end of it all.
Very cosy.
Lovely finish in here too. I mean, it's also beautifully presented and dressed.
Certainly is.
I like this one. There's not a lot to do
No.
to make it ours, really.
What would the kids say at this point if they were with us?
I think they would like it.
definitely like it. Yes.
They would like it.
Upstairs, off a long landing, there's a stylish family bathroom with roll-top bath along with 4 bedrooms. 2 of those would make excellent options for when their son and daughter come to stay, and there's a large guest room. And finally, there's the master.
Now, to get into your bit, you have to duck, or I did.
Well, I didn't have
You
to
didn't. Paul has.
I'm all right.
Shut the door, Paul. Yeah, this is an extension to the original property. Below us is that area that's the music room study, that could be Mum's bedroom, and that fabulous shower room. But it's a great size. The only thing to say is that none of them are en suite.
Oh, that doesn't bother me at all.
You have got the
Lovely
sink.
sink there.
Yeah, really gorgeous. And it's interesting, actually. There used to be a thing of the past, sinks in bedrooms.
Oh, yes.
But now I think they're making a bit of a comeback.
They
More
are,
of them.
yes. Yeah,
One of
see
our
more.
bedrooms at home has got a sink.
Happy?
Yeah,
Very
good.
happy.
Nice room.
Now, there is one more bit to see, and that's the garden.
Oh, great.
And then we'll talk about the price.
OK.
Follow me. Duck again.
OK, I'll try.
The back garden is manageable, largely laid to lawn and surrounded by mature trees. There's also a sizable patio terrace.
So, I know outside entertaining is so important to you, and I think you could do it handsomely out here.
This is lovely.
Yes.
It's really sheltered. You'll be using this for a long time, all through the year, I think.
So let's consider then the value of our property number 1, our gorgeous chocolate box thatch.
I think this is going to be fairly near the top end,
That's right, yeah.
don't you?
I think it's almost done.
I'm going to say 595,000.
595 says your wife, Paul.
I'm hoping it's going to be 585.
You could try. I'm afraid you're both wrong.
Oh.
Okay.
But it is technically under budget. It's on the market at 599,950.
Very close.
But you're both in the right area. They were very respectful guesses. So I don't think we've trodden on any toes there. But yeah, just under £600,000. And of course, like anything, open to offers. Why not go and have another look around? And I will come and find you later.
Yeah, I want to go and have another little look at the study.
Yeah, have a look at that, see how it might work for Mum.
Yes.
And
The
I
rest of
will...
it.
Well, yeah, I'll
rest
have
of it, let's
another
go for
good
it.
look.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go on then, I'll find you later.
Thanks a lot.
Fractionally under the top budget, our first property, a sympathetically restored thatched cottage, offers Paul and Helen space to accommodate the family when they come to stay. With 4 bedrooms and the option for a further downstairs bedroom in the study. It also comes with a large garden room and an outside patio for entertaining.
And this is quite a big room, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's plenty big enough to put a bed in here if my mum came to stay.
ideal. Ideal for her,
especially as
yeah.
it's, you know, it's got the downstairs shower room.
Just next door, yeah.
I think it's a lovely house. I'm really excited. It was great. It's got a really nice feel to it. It's a good family house. The downstairs certainly is pretty perfect.
I think the house is really great. It's what we were hoping to see. I would say the only downside a little bit is there's a shower downstairs rather than upstairs. We've got to really think around that, how we can adapt the house to suit us with that.
It's a lovely house. I mean, you're supposed to keep the best till last, but this is definitely a contender for us.
There we are. I was just thinking how well it's going. Do we need to show you any others, I wonder?
Well, I'm just starting to enjoy myself, so I think you should do.
So am I. Come on then, let's go.
For a county that's well known for pig farming, it's perhaps no surprise that Wiltshire is also the birthplace of the perfect pork condiment, English whole grain mustard. Inspired by an 18th century recipe, it was first developed commercially in 1970 by sausage salesman William Tulberg, who adapted an industrial coffee mill to grind the mustard. Some 40 years on, and it's still very much a family enterprise, now in the hands of William's son Guy, who heads up the operation in a village near Malmesbury, a few miles from the original premises. With the couple keen to embrace Wiltshire's food culture, we sent Paul and Helen to find out more about the county's culinary heritage.
So here we are. This is where the whole process of making mustard starts. Yeah. This is where the mustard seed is grown, and you can see it starts a fairly small crop, and this was planted about a month ago. Over the summer, the seed pods dry, and then you wait for the moment when they're about to pop open, and then inside is the seed.
So has mustard always been grown in the UK?
It's been grown, we think, as far back as the Roman times, and it was definitely grown quite widely through medieval times, but I think it probably fell away as a crop a little bit, and it's nice to think that we've been part of bringing it back here.
The yellow seed is harvested in the summer months and taken to the factory just a few miles from the mustard fields where, using a stone grinder, it's ground with imported brown seeds.
It's the yellow seed that gives you that depth of flavour, and the brown seed that gives you a little tickle up your nose. And then we add a combination of spices. And then we mix that. And then here comes the noisy bit. So this is the actual grinding. So we're going to just grind it through.
Since this mustard is whole grain, the grinder is set simply to kiss the seed, just opening it up to release the flavour rather than grinding it to a powder. The grind is then mixed with vinegar and put in barrels where it sits for 5 to 6 days, allowing the flavours to develop.
So here we are. This is the finished product. We're going to taste it now. I suggest you grab a slice of pie and help yourself.
Okay.
So I'm going to put a little bit on there, enough for you to get the flavour, but not so much that I blow your head off. And I'll have a little bit too, here.
It's got quite a kick. It's delicious, especially with a pork pie.
It's getting better by the mouthful.
It's got delicious sort of sharpness to it, though.
Sharpness and a bite. And remember, you often don't want to mask the food you're eating it with. You want it to be a compliment.
It is a condiment. It does complement it.
Yeah.
So with our buyers fired up by the spicy condiment, let's get back to the house hunt to see if any of our properties cut the mustard. Our second property is in the village of Broadhinton on the northwestern edge of the Marlborough Downs. A thriving Wiltshire village with an active community, amenities include 2 popular pubs as well as a post office and local store. Surrounded by stunning rolling countryside, the nearby points of interest include the Hackburn Hill White Horse, and the Avebury Stone Circle is a 7-minute drive away. Our second offering is located in the heart of the village with far-reaching views over the Marlborough Downs.
Well, there we are. Number 2. What do you reckon to that one?
Oh, this is pretty too.
Yeah?
Yes. Yes, this looks really interesting as well. It looks as if it's had some additions.
It has. The original bit, about 1780, is the 4 windows around the porch.
Right.
It's then had a later Victorian extension, which is there. OK, and then it's been extended in more recent times at either end, so it's long and rambling.
Right.
It also has its own off-street parking and garage.
Oh, that's really good. That's
All right.
good.
But what do you think about the rest of it, I wonder? There's a lot to see. I don't know what you can do with all the space, really. Come and have a look.
Yeah.
Built from local chalkstone, this characterful period house offers Paul and Helen plenty of living space for visiting family.
In you come, Helen. Paul's going to deal with the door. We'll start with the dining room.
Ooh.
Come on in, mate. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh, look at the lovely old chimney.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, lovely inglenook fireplace, bread oven, or the hole for it,
wow, yes.
is still there. The other thing to point out is that through that door is quite a useful little cellar
Okay.
for the wine.
Yeah, I was going to say, should we have it, please?
And the kitchen is through here. There we go.
Oh, this is lovely.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very pretty.
This is the Victorian extension. It's really nice. It's all solid wood, it's in frame, very much got that kind of country styling to it.
Yeah, very much.
Like it so far?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, the thing with this place, to understand its geography, is you have to understand that it is essentially 1 room wide, more
Yes.
or less.
Yes.
And it all kind of flows to and fro, a bit like the tide. So you come in the door, through the dining room to the kitchen. But this later extension is quite interesting. Have a look at this. So what they've created here is arguably the deepest room of the house with this later extension. There's a door out there to the garden.
It's very nice.
Very nice, yeah.
Yes. I was just wondering what we would use it for. TV room, or you could even have it as downstairs bedroom as well.
You have got, not including the kitchen, 4 reception rooms down here.
Wow.
All right, there are another
yes.
2 that way, which we haven't
Oh,
seen
right,
yet.
we haven't seen
So
yet.
this is not your main living room, this is an addition.
No.
There is a downstairs loo there. There's also a staircase here that goes up to 2 of the 4 bedrooms upstairs.
Right.
So you could have mum, potentially, here, if you needed to,
that's
on the
Yes.
ground floor,
Yes.
on occasion.
This is a lot of flexibility here.
I wouldn't
of
describe
different
this as
ideas.
an annex,
No.
but it could become one.
Yes.
So with mum taken care of at this end of the house, the 2 further reception rooms at the other end include a cosy snug and the main living room.
Oh, wow. This is a good sized room. I really like the stonework.
This chalkstone,
Yes.
it's got a lovely texture, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice and warm in the winter, nice and cool
Definitely.
in the summer like today.
I can actually see where the furniture is going to go.
Ah.
So that's good. And obviously,
likes
that's great. I like being
Yeah.
able to open it up and have the garden in here.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I think I want to see
Yeah.
upstairs.
Let's go and explore that, yeah.
Definitely.
Come and have a look.
Upstairs, there are 4 decent-sized bedrooms. 2 of those are accessed by the staircase in the later extension, offering perhaps somewhere for the children to stay when they visit, as it comes with a shower room. There's another bedroom in the original part of the house, along with a family bathroom. And finally, there's the master.
This is lovely and light and airy. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Loads of storage here too.
Oh, brilliant.
I think this house gives you more options in terms of how you use the space.
Yes.
And you can actually change it to suit the situation. as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of flexibility in this house. A lot of ideas coming here.
Well, it seems the inside of this property has sparked some imagination, but will the outside seal the deal? The back garden is mostly lawn, but the real bonus is the unspoilt view across to the Marlborough Downs. Furthermore, this house and the neighbouring properties co-own the adjoining paddock, preventing it being easily sold to a developer.
Look at this. The sunshine has continued. It's glorious out here. Now, the garden isn't hugely deep. It is
No.
very wide, but it does give you those
Oh,
Gorgeous
wow.
views,
Fantastic.
Now that's countryside,
Yes.
isn't it?
isn't it? And there, the Hackburn White Horse.
Oh, look at that. Fantastic.
So what do we think property number 2 is on the market for?
I think 585.
585, yeah? Helen?
Well, I'm hoping it's a bit less. 550.
You are going to have to go a little bit higher than both of those guesses, I'm afraid. But the good news is that it is still technically under budget. This could be yours for £595,000.
All right.
Now, I know there are a few tweaks that you would want to make, and you need to think about how you will afford those. It is, of course, at the top of your budget. But great location.
Great location.
Yeah.
2 pubs on the doorstep.
Love the location.
Don't tug at my heartstrings.
I'm pulling at all of them, mate. I think this is a really, really good option. Everybody wants to be in a village, but it's really hard to find.
This is a serious contender.
Is it? Well, as you seem to like it so much, you can go and have another look around. Go on, off you go.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Priced at £5,000 below their top budget, our second house, an extended period chalkstone cottage, gives our buyers plenty of options for when the family or guests come to stay. It comes with 4 bedrooms, 2 of which can be separated off from the rest of the house. The garden provides an excellent entertaining space, and there are far-reaching views across the rolling Wiltshire countryside.
I think it's in a lovely location where the views at the back are absolutely super. Inside the house, it's quite an unusual layout. It's definitely grown on me in the time that I've looked round. I think there's quite a lot I would want to do, mainly cosmetic, but I think I would have to do quite a lot in here to make it my own.
I love the way the rooms are connected together. Never thought I would. I've seen other floor plans of other houses and I didn't think they'd work. I've seen that it would work here. And of course the 2 staircases, it gives you the versatility of chopping the rooms up when you've got guests. It's got so many things going for it. And I think we would be happy here.
It's just gorgeous. How about you two? Look at that. You could wake up to this every day of the week.
You were having a little rest there, weren't you?
I was. I'm hot. I'm tired. I've had a good day. How about you?
Yeah, it's been
Yeah, it's
fun.
been really good, yeah.
Well, there are 2 pubs in this village, Paul. I think we should try at least one of them, don't you?
Let's try both of them.
Come on.
It's the second day of our property search in Wiltshire, and on a budget of £600,000, we're helping Paul and Helen from the town of Maidenhead in Berkshire find a rural home close to Helen's work and a village pub. Coming up, the Mystery House reveals an entertaining side.
It's very cosy. It's very party-friendly, I think.
And I visit a fitting memorial to the troops who passed through Wiltshire on their way to the Western Front. Well, so far we have shown Paul and Helen 2 fabulous houses into which they can certainly accommodate all of their family needs. And on occasion, of course, Helen's mum can come and stay. But I've also got a growing sense that really this move is all about them. Now, up to this point, we've really pushed their budget. But for our final offering, our Mystery House, we're going to try a slightly different tag. We're going to apply that old adage to property, that on occasion less can be more. For our final offering, we're heading back close to where we started, to the village of Churton, right in the heart of the Vale of Pewsey. A small and pretty Wiltshire village with a population of around 400, Churton has a parish church and a school, and the closest pub is a short stroll away. Our mystery property has the smallest footprint of all the houses we've shown Helen and Paul, but its plus side is the location. We're closer to Helen's mother in Bath and her work in Andover, and it's right in the heart of the village.
This is our Mystery House.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
very attractive, very inviting. Oh, I do like this.
Now, the building itself dates from the late 1700s, possibly 1800 itself. Up until 50 years ago, it was a post office, would you believe? Now, the current owners bought this 7 years ago, and it was in a terrible state. And they've spent that time turning it into a gorgeous family home. But this is about you two living a classic village life in a beautiful location. Yeah? Come on, let's have a look inside.
Despite being modernised, the former post office retains a wealth of original features and has been recently rethatched.
There we go, look, roses around the door almost. And then look, stable door. How about that?
Oh.
Come on in. We'll begin in here. The kitchen diner.
Oh, this is lovely,
yes.
cream.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, this is a lovely kitchen.
Isn't it?
Yes, it is.
With the dining table as well, it really makes it a nice family space, I think. The floor is original. They scrubbed those by hand to bring this whole building back to life.
It's wonderful.
You get a smile on your face, Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
This is a cottage.
This is
Yes,
lovely.
it is, yes.
When we set out on this search, you talked about a place having the right feeling and it somehow would jump up and grab you. Are we getting that?
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Brilliant. Right, let's continue this way, through into the living room. And a lovely wood burner to greet you.
Excellent. Oh, really wanted a log fire or a wood burner. So that's a real plus.
When you see that block mantelpiece and the wood burner behind, I can see us both sitting there in the winter, keeping warm.
So the picture's emerging. Are we painting ourselves into this property already?
I think so.
Now, in terms of reception area space, property 2 was probably bigger, but this is also rather nice, this garden room, which really adds to the footprint of the whole thing. Doors out there to the patio and up there to the rest of the garden.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, obviously it's for children at the moment, but I can imagine having possibly a desk, certainly a settee, you know, an extra space for maybe working area.
Yeah, I could see myself working here in a desk. This would be lovely.
Aside from a small utility room off the hallway, that's the downstairs wrapped up. So, unlike our previous 2 houses, there's no ground floor bedroom option for Helen's elderly mother when she visits. However, there are 4 bedrooms upstairs. 3 of them are decent-sized doubles, and there's a single with fireplace along with a family bathroom. So enough rooms for the children.
And then finally, the biggest one for you.
It's not a bad size.
Yeah.
It's a great size. I wish it had a window there, if I'm absolutely honest.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
It's got loads of storage,
Yes.
as you can see. In terms of the accommodation that it offers you up here, though, what are we thinking? Is it enough?
I think it's more spacious than I expected.
Yes.
Yeah. OK. Well, there's one more bit to come, of course, for your green fingers.
Ooh.
And that's the garden. Come on,
Great.
let's go and top up the tan and see what you think of that.
As well as a small lawn to the front of the cottage, there's a much larger, well-established garden to the rear, along with a sunken seating area ideal for alfresco dining.
Once again, loads of outside entertaining space for you, Helen.
Great.
And then the garden.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
And then there, the back of our lovely thatched mystery house.
It's very cosy. It's very party-friendly, I think.
Well, we have reached that moment, I'm afraid. It is our final price guess. Who's going to go first on this one?
Paul can go first.
Go on then, Paul. What's it worth?
I'd say 455, 460.
455 to 460,000 pounds. Yeah, Helen.
I think it's a bit more. 495.
495. Well, here's the thing. Our first property, which perhaps was most like this one, was on the market at £599,950. This one is on the market at £499,950. So it's £100,000 less, but a very similar property in a gorgeous village.
That sounds good.
Happy with that?
Yes, very happy.
Does that 100 grand we've saved you get you a little bit closer to retiring, I wonder?
Could do.
Yes. I think it's. Ooh.
Good. Right then.
Nice house.
Keep that excitement.
Yeah.
Don't bottle it up. Go and explore at your leisure.
Yeah.
And I will come and find you a little bit later.
OK, thanks.
Off you go.
Okay.
£100,000 below their top budget, our thatched mystery property frees up some cash so Paul and Helen can reassess their work-life balance and their retirement plans. Furthermore, it offers them the 4 bedrooms they asked for in a superb village location and the large garden and outside entertaining space they wanted.
I love the mystery house. To be honest, I was a little bit worried that it might be something like super modern or super quirky, that I was going to think, oh, I don't like this. But it's not. It's a really lovely, homely cottage. I get a really good feeling coming into it straight away. I think I feel quite nervous about it because I think it's actually quite possibly going to be a house that we could live in.
It's the first house that I sat in on this trek to try and find the perfect house. And I actually felt as if this is a house that I could actually move into, and it gave me that funny little feeling in my stomach thinking, ooh, there is possibly the need to really think about where I'm going here.
Ah, here you are. I've been looking all over the house for you two, and here we are, back where we started. It is gorgeous, isn't it?
Wonderful.
Now, do you remember when we left our first property, I asked you if we needed to see any more?
Well, I'm glad we did.
Yeah.
Really am. Yeah,
I'm glad we did too. Well worth a look, isn't it? So I think we need to get you somewhere to have a think. And who knows, maybe you'll be spending some money. Come on.
A key feature of the Wiltshire landscape is the White Horse. Huge hill figures carved into the steep, chalky slopes during the last 250 years. But head west out of Salisbury along the Nadder Valley, and the grass-covered hillside reveals chalky symbols of a very different kind. The Fovant badges, named after the nearby village, are huge replicas of regimental cap badges and were carved into the terrain by First World War troops stationed in a major military camp in the valley. I've come to find out more about their history from the Fovant Badge Society's conservation officer, Steve Harris.
Well, Steve, I have driven through this valley for many a year and often marvelled at these wonderful designs here on the hill behind us. Tell us the story.
Well, it was way back in the First World War when this valley was covered in Nissen huts, barracks, cinema, hospital. There were about 20,000 soldiers billeted here, preparing themselves to go over to France to go and fight on the Somme. Somebody, early one morning, shot up the hillside and decided to start digging.
I mean, on the face of it, it looks like a bit of soldiering hijinks.
It was great fun for them, I think, because it was something a bit different.
And which was the first one to be created?
They started on the London Rifle Brigade up there.
LRB, that one.
LRB.
Now, by comparison to the others, it is noticeably more modest than the rest. They obviously get bigger over time.
Well, yes, I think there was a competition.
This sense of inter-regimental rivalry led to the creation of 20 badges across the hillside, although only 8 remain today. The largest, the Australian regimental badge, is almost the size of a football pitch. They were originally constructed by cutting the outlines in the grass down to the underlying soil and then filling the shapes with chalk from a local pit. Because troops were training for war, they would only have had a few hours each day, usually at first light, to work on them.
It's hard to imagine this as a military camp with 20,000 men in it. The hustle and bustle that must have been going on here would have been extraordinary. But I love the idea that these men were somehow escaping from all of that.
Yes.
Up there on the hillside and just enjoying themselves.
Well, they were, but then they were thinking to the Somme, and I think that they were putting the badges up there so that should they not return, they would be remembered.
Today, the volunteer-run Badger Society has a well-established maintenance programme to keep them looking their best, relying on donations from the surviving regiments and the general public. Each badge is weeded, re-chalked and sprayed in herbicide on a rotational basis. Steve and his team are busy working on the 6th Battalion City of London regimental badge.
That is really surprising. I thought you simply lifted the turf and revealed the chalk, but you're actually piling it up.
Ah, well, you've got to be able to see the shape of the chalk from right way over there.
Look at that.
It's
nice white, crisp
lovely
chalk.
stuff, which has been imported from a quarry near Basingstoke.
So how often do you have to re-chalk them?
Each badge is re-chalked roughly every 3rd year, so that we do it on a rolling cycle.
So you're heading for quite an important anniversary as well, aren't you?
Yes. The LRB badge will be 100 years old in 2016. And we will be making sure that each and every one of the other badges as well is in absolute tip-top condition.
So all covered with a nice layer of fresh chalk.
Oh, yes.
Sympathetically restored, these historic landmarks are a fitting memorial, not only to those who've served, but to those who made the ultimate sacrifice and never returned.
Well, it is now decision time for Paul and for Helen, but a little bird has told me
but they're already celebrating, so what on earth is going on? Well, best we find out. Wow, how are you two, the happy couple?
Hi there.
Hi, Jules.
I gather that you've been keeping back a little bit of a secret. Today's quite special, isn't it?
Well, yes, it's our anniversary, wedding anniversary.
So how many years, Paul?
32 years.
32 years, eh?
Wonderful years.
Well, absolutely. Can we find you somewhere to live for the next, hopefully, 32 wonderful years, I wonder? How have we done?
Well, we both like the Mystery House.
Yes, you've united us. We've come to the conclusion that we do like that house above the others.
Well, it is a beautiful house in a fabulous location. But what was it about the Mystery House that's really captured your imagination, do you think?
Well, I liked it as soon as I walked in. I just thought it was really welcoming. It's got a really happy feeling about it. Loved the kitchen. Living room's great. The conservatory built on the back has added some really useful space. You know, it'd be ideal, wouldn't it, for a few different things?
Yeah, I think it's quite a surprising house. When you first come to the front of the house and you're wondering what you're coming to, then you go around the corner and you find this chocolate box house with everything that we've been wishing for. And when you go inside, as Helen says, the rooms that you go through, they all seem to knit together into a happy home.
But what happens next, Paul?
We just need to make sure that the village is what we believe it is. We want to have a look around.
You want to see the pub, don't you?
Yes, I do. I want to see the pub.
I was waiting for that. It's taking a while to come out, Paul, but clearly he's going to road test the pub.
He was trying to be tactful because it's our wedding anniversary.
Yeah, well, there's a good excuse to go and have a drink.
Yeah.
It would be wrong not to.
Well, indeed it would. And on such a lovely sunny day, perhaps you should hot-foot it back to Churton and just check it all out and make sure it's for you. But I really hope you're able to buy that property. It's absolutely gorgeous. So all I now have to do is wish you the very best of luck.
Thanks very, very much.
Thank you.
Oh, and happy anniversary.
Thank you.
You know, when buying a property, it's very easy to be distracted by the budget. We often assume that you've got to spend all of it to get exactly what you want. But as Paul and Helen have found, if you look hard enough, you don't need to break the bank to find yourself with the prospect of a beautiful family home. And if eventually they do buy our Mystery House, hopefully when they recall the first time they saw it, they'll also have something else to remember on their wedding anniversary. I'll see you next time. Well, I'm pleased to say that Paul and Helen made an offer on the Mystery House which was accepted. So we wish them well on their move and eventual retirement in Wiltshire. If you'd like to escape to the country in Wales, Northern Ireland, England, Scotland, or perhaps further afield to the continent and would like our help, then please apply online at bbc.co.uk/Be On A Show.